Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are with another debatable topic, that is the political systems of the United States of America and the People's Republic of China. Two important major powers, one of them a superpower. We would delve into today what are the political systems of them, how do they work, and what are the key characteristics of both of these major powers in this world. Let's get started. Today's topic is the political systems of the United States of America, USA, and People's Republic of China. So, first of all, we would go into USA. What is the political system of USA? USA is Federal Republic. First of all, let's understand what is the meaning of the word federal. Federal means a political system in which the power is divided among the provinces as well as the state. The state holds some power over some systems, and the provinces or the states in some countries also have some power. Like USA, in USA the states, there are 52 states in USA. These states also have some power, while the federal level government has the rest of the power. So they both combine together and make up a system of government in which the states or the provinces, as in some countries like Pakistan, has a federal level, a federal system of government. Then federation also works, and the provinces are also having some authority or power. In some cases, there is power with the federation, and in some cases, there is the power in the provinces level or the state level. Let's see for an example to understand this system better, to a Pakistani system. In provinces, the education is given, healthcare is given, etc. These sort of systems are given. For example, the education minister of Sindh, education minister of Punjab, education minister of Balochistan, etc. They make their own decisions, and in the provinces these sort of decisions are accepted. Whereas if we see that at the federal level, the banks are controlled by federation. So if there is a holiday of the banks, so throughout the country the banks will have their holiday. The provinces have not to take and give anything in that regard. Thus, USA is federal republic with democratic principles divided into three branches. Every federal or democratic country has three branches of power. These three branches are the first one is the legislative, which is Congress in USA. Legislative means those which are the makers of the laws. First branch is the legislative branch, in which the laws are made, laws are formulated into the Congress. They have the Congress, in which there are two houses, which we are going to describe later. What are those two houses? First one is the legislative house, in which the laws are made, like Congress, and the second one is executive, which makes the people act upon those laws, like police. First of all, the Congress or the legislative branch of a democratic republic makes any sort of law. When these laws are made, after that the executive branch of any country makes the implementation of those laws. For example, in the Congress, or if we take the Pakistani system, in the Pakistani system there is any sort of law that a person cannot go into an education institution, or an army personnel cannot go into an education institute without any warrant or without information, without the permission, during those activities of education are going on. So this is the law. And who are the executive? When there are the executive branches like police, army, rangers, these implement these institutions, which are called the LEAs. Sometimes they are the implementers of those law, therefore called executive, means to perform. And the third pillar of the USA's federal republic is judicial. What is judicial system? That relates to the judiciary, judges, lawyers, advocates, all of that, which are the law makers or the law givers, those who decide the cases and they dispense justice. These are the three pillars of any a federal or democratic system of government, which are also implemented in the USA. Let's move forward towards China. What is the China system? China is one party socialist republic. In China, there are no more parties like in other countries. In Pakistan, we see there is PMLN, PTI, Pakistan People's Party, and the rest of other parties. Or there are also some free candidates who are in the election as a free person. So in Pakistan or in the USA, there are different parties, but in China it is not so. In China there is sole party, one party only, that is called the Communist Party of China, CPC, and it is in power since 1949. Since China got independence, or since China became free in 1949, 2 years after Pakistan, there is only one party in China, that is the Communist Party of China. Only one party, no more parties than this one. Now, after the system, we would head on towards the head of a state. Who is the head of the state according to the political systems of China and USA? First, we would be discussing about the head of the state of USA. USA has president as head of state and government. Now, president is the head of state, also the head of the government. Head of the state means as a whole, and head of the government means the system of the government. So president in USA is the head of the government as well as the head of the state both. Whereas if we see, the president is elected by the electoral college. There is a group of people in the Congress who is called the electoral college, and electoral college selects the president for a term of 4 years. In USA, the president is selected for a term of 4 years. After every 4 years, the president will be changed by the electoral college. Even if it is changed or his performance is better, and the people and the electoral college selects the same president, so it is up to them. Now, president serves the president as head of state, and it is selected by the electoral college for a term of 4 years. Then China's, who is the head of state in China? The president serves as a head of state. The head of state in China is the president, means he is the head of the state. We consider him as the head of state. But the premier, in other countries it is also called prime minister, like in Pakistan it is called prime minister. In China it is called the premier. Prime minister, premier. Premier is head of the government. The government is controlled completely by him. The decisions of the government, the foreign policy of a particular country of China is headed by premier. The president is elected by National People's Congress. National People's Congress, which is their Congress or the law-making agency of them, they select their president. Now, legislative body. The legislative branch is bicameral, consisting of the House of Representatives and the Senate. This we are talking about USA. USA. We are talking about the legislative body of the USA. This body is bicameral. What is bi? Bi means two. The legislative body of the United States of America is bicameral, in which there are two chambers. Bicameral. As a whole, it is called Congress, but in Congress there are two houses or two parts of Congress. The legislative body, which makes the laws and legislations in America, is divided into two parts, therefore it is called bicameral. And unicameral, which we will also be discussing afterwards, unicameral means that it is divided into only one part, means it's not divided at all. USA has legislative branch which is bicameral, consisting of the House of Representatives. First one part of the legislative body of USA is House of Representatives, and the second one is the Senate. Congress has two parts. First is House of Representatives, and the second one is Senate. Now, members of Congress are elected by the people for terms of 2 and 6 years respectively. House of Representatives are selected for 2 years, and House of Senate are represented for 6 years, as it is said respectively, 6 years. Fine. Now China's legislative body. How is the legislative body of China? The legislation is unicameral. It has only one part, unicameral. The house is not divided into two parts. Unicameral consisting of National People's Congress. People's Congress, which is the legislative body of them, that is single and one. It has not two parts. Like in Pakistan, it has two parts. It has not. Chinese one has not. China unicameral. Delegates are elected by the people for terms of 5 years. Now, those which are in the legislative body of China, the people are delegates of the parties are selected for a term of 5 years by the people. This happens by the people. Now, key differences. Before telling you the key differences, that what are the key differences, we would a little analyze about what are the two political systems and how they are good or bad, our own analysis. This is the data and what will be our own analysis. If we see China, USA gives more freedom to the people, and most of the things in USA are also owned by the people, whereas China as a whole considers the people maybe as father, but there it is an authoritarian government. Whatever the government would like, they would do everything, and they are not answerable in front of the people. Like in a democracy, as we have in Pakistan, if any politician does corruption, if any politician leads the country off the track, so we, the people of Pakistan, are there to ask them the questions, why did they do what they did? But in China, it is not so. If the president or the premier are taking any decision, so it is up to them. Whatever they like, they can do. But from their own side, they want that there should be good of the people. Whereas the people are not questioning, people are not able to ask them or take accountability from them, why are they doing what they are doing. Now we would head on towards the key differences between the political system of USA and the People's Republic of China. First of all, in USA there is multi-party system. In multi-party system there is more competition. More parties means more competition. They want and they compete in each other that we want the best of the people. Whereas in China there is one party system, which is the Communist Party of China, since the independence of China, since the formation of China. In one party system, if that one party becomes corrupt for an instance, which has not happened till now, so one party can do whatever they want. If it's corruption, if they want to implement their own rules and regulations, they want to implement their own legislation, whatever they want to do, they can do, because the people are not there to make a protest, and protests are not allowed there. Second key difference is free and fair elections. In USA, there are free and fair elections. People are there to witness by their own eyes the differences or what goes on over there. Whereas in China, it is not so. In China, the representatives or the delegates or whatever are selected, they are selected by themselves, and there is authoritarianism. They do not want the people to enter into them. In authoritarian government, whatever they want to do, whatever decisions they take, the people have just to oblige them. The people have just to obey whatever decisions they have made. Third one is protection of individual rights. China, in their constitution and according to their law, says to the people that we will protect your individual rights. Whereas in China, it is not so. America gives them the rights, the individual rights, like they can own property, they can own a factory, they can own a shopping mall. In China, all these things, including their economy, is owned by the state. The people cannot own more property. The people cannot own more buildings. The people cannot purchase more factories by themselves. Means they cannot be private. They can only be of the state. Means the state goes on with all their economy. Next, limited political participation. In China, the people cannot go into any parties. For example, if a person wants to join a party, wants to make a speech at a political party in Pakistan or in many other democratic countries, it is very open that any boy can join anywhere. Any person can join any political party. They have influence over there. They want to join, so they can join. But in China, it is completely prohibited. They are very limited. In China, you cannot join the politics. A common person, a layman, a person from the street cannot join the political systems because they consider it that it is just for us. So they have limited access to political participation, and they have independent judiciary. Whatever decisions the judges take in USA, they can take, and the government will not say them why this decision has been made. Judiciary is completely independent and fair. They claim it is so, and it is here we have state-controlled economy, whereas in USA we have not state-controlled economy. The economy, the trade, whatever trade is done with other countries, all is controlled by the state in China. In USA, all these things like factories, all these things which are manufactured in USA, individual people can also own them. In China, it is not so. We here in USA we have a federal system, means the state has the power, but the power is also divided among the other states which are as smaller states. Here we have suppression of individual rights. Individual people, single person cannot have their own rights. For example, they want to worship anything, it will be prohibited. They want to use internet has very little access in China. Only though that content is shown to the people of China, or only those areas are given internet access where they think that it is okay. Otherwise, internet facility is not there. Many other facilities are led by the Chinese people because the state controls almost everything, so that the people are not allowed to know the facts that their government is hiding from them. Subordinate judiciary. The judiciary cannot take decisions by themselves. The judiciary has political access, means the premier, the president, and all other people from the government have a say in regard to the judicial matters. So these are the key differences that we discussed in the USA and People's Republic of China. While apparently we see that the USA is mostly seen as such a state which has more freedom of speech, more freedom of economy, more freedom of owning anything, ownership, etc. We also see that People's Republic of China takes care of their people. Like if a person is poor, they provide them homes, they get them married, they give them food, etc. It is the responsibility of the government. Here in this system, we see that more responsibilities are on the government. Whereas in this system, the government does not take the individual responsibilities of the people. If a person is dying, the government has no say because government has given him access to lots of things and he should do all things by themselves. In China, people are married by the Chinese government. It's their responsibility. A lot of individual and personal responsibilities are taken by the People's Republic of China. I hope you understood what is the political system of USA and China. Thank you so much.